Hey, hello, come here, donkeys. Here we go.
Welcome back to Sonic Heroes, all you fine, lovely people. We've got a special stage. You see, someday I'm gonna have my own stage, and it's gonna be special. And not special like the Kleineman boy down the street. Anyway, so this one is different from the last one because there's hazards now. So you can't just simply mash your way through it. You have to be a bit more cautious, you see. No mashing allowed. Put your potatoes away. Mashing is forbidden. That was always an annoyance when I was a kid. Yeah, people would bring potatoes over to my house and start mashing them. No, that was always an annoyance, is people who would mash in video games. I'd invite other kids over to my house and I'd carefully explain to them how to play Smash Bros. And it's like, okay, this button is to jump, this button is to do that, blah bitty blah bitty blah. You got all that? Yeah. And then we'd start playing and the other kid would just start mashing, and it's like, you son of a bitch. You're just mashing. You didn't retain a word that I said. Everything that I carefully explained to you just went in one ear and out the other. Ugh. Clock you. There are so many stories of me just being annoyed at dumb people as a kid. But I think I was the problem more so than anything. I look back at a lot of my problems like, yeah, I think I was definitely the asshole in the situation. Okay, you gotta be... Pardon me. You gotta be cautious here, because sometimes they drop good things, and sometimes they drop bad things. The duality of man, viewer. The duality of man. Someday in the far-flung future, when you're taking a college philosophy class and they expect you to write an essay on the duality of man, you can open with that. Back when I was a little boy, I saw a Let's Play where colorful woodland creatures run really fast, and they reached a segment where the good Chow would drop helpful, colorful blobs from the hot air balloon, but the evil Chow would drop bad, spiky, explosive blobs from the hot air balloon. And that's when I was first introduced to the concept of the duality of man. Yeah, start your essay with that, and you will learn the meaning of the words academic probation. You know, it was always just so annoying when I had a philosophy class of my own back in the day, and just people who tried to tie things back to just soy slop, and it's like, you know, I don't know if... He'd say this to the professor. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's this one anime out there called One Punch Man, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, nerd. Us normal people are trying to learn about Immanuel Kant, and you just gotta draw it back to all of this crap for overgrown babies. He's bald just like me because I'm a baby. I'm an overgrown baby. I'm a 32-year-old, 6-foot-tall baby. I still have the proportions of a baby and no hair and teeth or anything, and I wear an enormous onesie. And for some reason, I'm in this college philosophy class. But yeah, college philosophy. I got at least a few things out of my philosophy class. Some of it was a bit above me, like the principle of universalizability. It's like, that's a bit too far, but they had this one interesting segment about the concept of a leviathan in a philosophical sense, not in like a literary sense, not like a big squid creature, but like a metaphorical leviathan. And like in terms of how in societies you need to have a neutral and powerful third party that can settle people's disputes, or else the world will just fall into an unending cycle of an eye for an eye. And that's where the court systems come in. They act as the leviathans, essentially. They can settle people's disputes, and no one can challenge the court system directly. The ruling stands. You can't just go fight the judge if you don't like his ruling, and that's what holds society together. I bet you didn't think we were gonna have this conversation in part 3 of Let's Play Sonic Heroes, but here we are. You know, I've mentioned before that the Team Rose campaign's supposed to be stupid idiot baby mode, but That thing that happened just a moment ago, you can rewind it if you have to. I think that really drives the point home about how easy this is. I tried to hit at that target and it started spinning around like I had hit it. Before I had actually hit it though, it did like the hit registry thing before I actually hit the button. It's like that Steven Universe thing. Steven Universe, soy slop. But remember the season 1 episode where they made the obstacle course for him, but the danger was never real? And he figured it out and he could actually just go through without actually... I'm not describing this well, but you know what episode I'm talking about. That's a famous episode. But yeah, that other target definitely went away before we hit it. How bizarre, how bizarre. You guys ever hear that song, How Bizarre? One hit wonder from the 90s. One of the Nostalgia Critics people, one of the people who used to be in his orbit on Channel Awesome, and Todd in the Shadows. He has a good mini documentary about that guy's whole life story. Go watch that. Todd in the Shadows. You know, just looking at the players' gloves, you know, on their hands, you know, the characters don't have like 3D modeled hands under those gloves. They just have stumps and the gloves are just stuck on there. That's something to think about, but the alternative would be kinda creepy if they did have fully 3D modeled hands underneath the gloves. Don't think about it too hard.
Gotcha, my darling Sonic.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Sonic, this time there's no way out of marrying me.
Okay, so this next thing they're gonna have us do is a neat idea in concept at least. We get to fight the other teams. We've got a whole range of cool attacks we can do, and so can the other teams, so why not put them together?
Time to play.
When I was a kid, this seemed like the coolest idea ever. However, in execution, let's see, yep, there they go. You just gotta do the tornado move and the AI doesn't know what the hell to do. Also, the power-up is in the victory screen when it shouldn't be. But yeah, you just do the one move and it's just over. Did you see the AI was at least trying to correct itself? Knuckles was trying to do the glide move as he was falling to his doom. Yeah, the other Sonic games do that too, the early 3D ones. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 also do that.
Oh, I can't believe he did that just so he could get away. Mr. Sonic must be really... Really? What? Nothing. Now I know what to do. Find Eggman and I'll find my Sonic. You all ready?
Okay, so like plot-wise, the characters are complaining, oh man, Sonic got away, but it's like you threw a tornado at him just a few minutes ago. So here we've got our obligatory Sonic Casino level. About every third Sonic game on average has to have one. Original Sonic had one, Sonic 3 had one, Sonic Adventure had one, and now here we are again. That Yuji Naka, he loves his casinos, man. He loves his casinos. Whatever happened with Yuji Naka? I know he got arrested for insider trading about 4 years ago. Somebody on Twitter was being real funny and they were saying, I gotta get Yuji Naka's mugshot as my profile picture, and does anybody ever know what became of old Yuji Naka?
Press the A button to stop the reel from spinning. Press the A button to stop.
Yeah, I had to strategically skip ahead a little. Just one of the headaches of trying to do this the non-traditional way is there's gonna be about 5 frames of lag on pretty much everything you do. Now, on most things, that's perfectly alright, but for pinball bumpers, that's pretty much gonna be a deal breaker. Those pinball segments were already sucky as is. Imagine trying to do it with lag. The horror. There are just sections of this level, it's like, good God, the stuff that we played as kids, it's just like this fucking sugar rush of colors and sounds, and everything's just whizzing past you at like 60 miles an hour, and it's just all the colors everywhere. Just looking at the color meter on my video editing software, and it's just going nuts looking at all of this. No wonder we've all got ADD nowadays. It can all be tied back to a certain blue hedgehog. Was it ADD or was it autism that Sonic gave everybody? Probably both, to be honest. Probably both, to be honest. What is Chris Chan doing these days anyway? I know they let him out of the joint maybe 2 years ago, and in 2024 there was that incident where he claimed that he got somebody pregnant, but that ended up being a hoax. Thank God that ended up being a hoax, because that would have been horrible. Chris Chan can't even take care of himself, much less a baby. People online have noted that he might not even be biologically able at this stage of his life anyway. I mean, he's over 40. He's taken HRT in the past. Grab the thing. What else? He doesn't exercise. He eats like crap. We're all very lucky that he might be biologically past the window of being able to do that. I can only imagine. Fireball, it says. What is it with casino levels in Sonic games just putting random lettering up in the background? Remember in Sonic 1 it said Cope in giant letters for no reason? What was the thought process?
Yeah.